Hey guys, good morning, good afternoon, good evening to wherever you are around the world. I hope everyone's doing okay. I'm alright, I'm doing okay. And I have a Valorant video for you today, which does mean I have got a drop. I got my drop, last Sunday, which at the time of recording would be like the 12th or something. Woke up in the morning, checked my emails, and there it was. So if you are waiting for a drop, remember to also check your emails. Your email that's linked to your Riot account, because it doesn't always come up in Twitch, just like mine. Mine didn't come up in Twitch. It came up in my email instead. So make sure to check those. I recommend morning and night. Anyway, Valorant. What do I think? I think it's an amazing game. I really do. It is my new favourite competitive shooter, and to be honest, I can't see myself playing anything else. It is in closed beta, so it will end at some point, but it's kind of been going on for quite a few weeks, and I thought it would just happen for a few days, but it's been extended and extended. I've been absolutely loving it. I think Riot Games are really good of it to last this long. In fact, it's really awesome, and really awesome to have a drop as well. So, what makes it different? Well, Valorant isn't exactly different. That's what I like about it. It's proof that you don't need to be original to make a fun, enjoyable game that doesn't remind you of any other game while you're playing it. But you can tell there are similarities or inspirations from anything. Now, as a design student, I will tell you one thing: nothing is original anymore. Nothing is. There's always inspiration from something, and this is proof that Riot Games have been taking inspiration from other games. So, Valorant takes the basic foundation construct of CSGO and brings that at the front, but it also brings in other things like characters that would be similar in, say, Overwatch, and abilities and ultimates that you would use in, say, Overwatch, and maybe some gadget kind of things from, say, Rainbow Six Siege. When I play Valorant, I think, well, it's taken some inspiration from Siege, it's taken some inspiration from Overwatch. You can tell there's like a Reaper type inspired agents, as they're called in Valorant, and you know, while we're on the topic, no, it's not an Overwatch killer. They work completely different games, and I will still be playing Overwatch regardless. I'm not just going to switch over to Valorant just because other people say, well, it's the Overwatch killer, because it's really not. It plays completely differently, and that's what I like about it. It's different, but when I'm playing it, I don't think, oh, this is a Siege, CSGO, and Overwatch inspired game. I think this is Valorant. This is how it should feel, and it feels different, it feels new, and it feels really fresh, and I really like it. And therefore, it's one of those games I think I'm going to be downloading the full thing. It is going to be free to play when it comes out. It's estimated to come out in the summer, which isn't actually too far away now, because it is in closed beta, meaning it is generally close around the area of it being released, which is really awesome. Will there be an open beta? We don't know. We don't know. They might opt in for an open beta, they might not. We will see. So, are there any bad things at all? Yeah, of course there is. It's a beta. There are bugs, there are glitches, there is a lot of things. My experience has actually been very smooth. The wait times for games have been generally nice. They've been quick, in fact, you could say. I haven't been waiting very long to find a game, it's just really nice. The first issue I had, it was kind of a bug glitch. It kind of combined, when I switched to my knife, it kind of combined the secondary pistol that I had equipped and molded the two together, but it was easily fixed by just scrolling to another weapon in my inventory again. Obviously I hope that gets fixed, because that is extremely annoying. It has happened in the game, but majoritively happens in the shooting range. While I've mentioned the shooting range, Valorant's shooting range is the best I've ever seen. It's better than Overwatch's, it's better than Battlefield's, it's amazing. It really is. I like the fact that you can shoot and change your sensitivity on the fly while testing it out. It is. Do you know how useful that is? That is so useful. The funny thing is, before I fired up Valorant, I actually was changing all my DPI and my sensitivity in game for my mouse. So that really helped me in kind of finding the right sensitivity, so it was nice and smooth and nice, and so I'll be able to have a nice smooth action, which was really nice. So the shooting range is amazing. and if you'd like me to go more in depth into the actual shooting range itself, I can also make a separate video on that as well. But you won't be seeing any gameplay of it today. So going back to some of the issues, the next issue I had was network, which was a bit weird. I have stable internet. It's not good, it's not bad, it's kind of, I represent it as stable. So I generally get ping around 30, which is okay, it's stable, it works for every single competitive game that I've played. Sometimes I get little spikes, but if they are, they're not exactly major. But this, pretty major, and it's this type of game is one of those where you need a low latency for everything. So it has screwed me over a lot at the wrong times, and it is annoying. I have actually reduced the network lag, and it was down to limiting my FPS. I limited it to my refresh rate of my monitor, which was 144 frames per second. So that's what I did, and it's reduced it significantly. It still happens, but still, for a new game that's coming into closed beta, I think it's pretty solid in terms of network for me as well. I don't know if people with better internet than me have been experiencing those same type of issues as well. I'm not quite sure. Hopefully the servers will be better by launch. That would be awesome. So, going on to the next one, which is AFK. It's not more of an issue or a technical glitch, it's more of a this needs improvement on. How Valorant works when it comes to AFK, if you're in the middle of a round, someone disconnects, their character model stops moving, and then the enemy team has to find them to take them out or whatever. Obviously, this happened in my game. The last one standing was the person AFK. So yeah, that's what happens. They disconnected, it shows the disconnect message, and then it removes them indefinitely from the match. Now that's kind of an issue because you could say Valorant's like Rainbow Six Siege. If you lose a player, that gives you a massive disadvantage and a massive advantage for the enemy team that hasn't lost that person. So I'm hoping they improve the AFK mechanics of the game so it's more fair. So how I want it similar to how Rainbow Six Siege works. So obviously we're in unrated, which is the equivalent to casual or quick match. For the purpose of the video, I'm going to call it casual. So for casual, what I wish they had done or are going to implement, obviously this is closed beta, it's not the full game. We don't know if they already have something in place. That player gets replaced in casual. That's fair. Unless there's an exception. This exception being if you're in a squad with other people, you have until the next round, the end of the next round, to get yourself back in. So essentially, if you're on round 1, you disconnect on round 1, right? You have to be in by the end of round 2 in preparation for round 3, if that makes sense. And that should give you enough time to get yourself back in. It gives you a bit more than 2 minutes. It'll probably give you more like 5 minutes. Or they could just do a 5-minute timer and then you're out, because what I don't like is the 2-minute timer in Overwatch competitive, because it's not enough, especially if you blue screened. I blue screened a long time ago. This was probably a year or 2 ago. I had a setting in Overwatch that would make me blue screen, and because it makes your reboot slower, I got the consequences for essentially abandoning a competitive match when I was trying to get back in. Very frustrating. So I don't want that kind of stuff. Obviously that could apply for the competitive modes if that comes in, but for casual I think the kind of 5 minutes if it's applied to a squad, because do you know what's frustrating when you're with a squad, someone disconnected and they can't get back in the same game and still continue playing, and then you have to wait. For competitive, what I want them to do is, if you lose that player, you lose that player, but you have until the end of the game, the entire match, to get back in. I think that's fair, and I think that's okay instead of a replacement system like in casual. But that's my thoughts. That's what I personally think that they should do, and I think that's a really good system that they should work by. And that is pretty much my initial thoughts for Valorant. I'm sure I'll have a future video having a bit more detail in what I think, what needs improving, and has it improved in the future when we have a improved build. So that's going to do it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did and you'd like to see more content like this one, make sure you're subscribed. Also hitting the bell icon will make sure you have notifications for any new content. Discussions will be going on in the Discord. If you also want to view your thoughts, put it in the comments of this video as well on Valorant. If you've got a drop or if you have a thought from just watching this gameplay or from somebody else, by all means, pop it in. Start a little bit of discussion. And I will be seeing you guys in the next one. Take care. Stay safe.